Hello YouTubers, my name is LethalGhost, and today we're going to be going over what to expect in Star Wars Battlefront. A lot of people are really worried because of the launch that Battlefield 4 had. And people are thinking that Battlefront is going to be similar to that. But one thing that you have to remember, whenever Battlefield 4 launched, about a month before that, it had a beta too, and the beta was awful. The beta was flat broken. It crashed all the time, and there were multitudes of issues. And a month later, it launched in the exact same state. Alright, now Battlefront is going to do that same thing. The way that it was during the beta is the way that it's going to be whenever it launches on November 17th. It might be a little bit better, but I wouldn't get my hopes up for that, but it's not going to be any worse. I know that there are a lot of changes that people want, changes in the gameplay, the changes in the way that stuff works. Like one thing surrounding the heroes, a lot of people don't want the heroes to decay. They don't want the heroes to be on a timer like they are now. You know, whenever you spawn in as a hero, you're at 100, and then every second or second and a half or so, one tick comes off of your health. And a lot of people don't want that. They don't want it to decay. But the fact of the matter is, it needs to decay, because as you just would have seen in that clip there, where the guy is Darth Vader, he spawned in as Darth Vader and he sat in the back. He didn't even go forward at all until he'd been sitting there for about 20 seconds already. So if the heroes didn't have a timer, if they didn't decay on their own, you would have so many trolls picking up the hero power-up, spawning in as the hero, and then going and hiding in the back so no one else gets to be the hero. There'd be people doing that all the time. One thing I do agree with, though, is that I think it should have delayed decay. Because one issue that I had whenever I was playing as the hero is you spawn in at the back of the map. When you spawn in as a hero, you spawn at the back of the map. I would spawn in, and with the decay, I would be down to about 80 health before I even saw an enemy. So I think there should be a delay in when that decay starts. I think about 30 seconds or a minute would be fine, but no decay at all would just be ridiculous. Again, it'd be a huge troll for a lot of people. I know another issue that a lot of people were having, myself included, were the flying mechanics. Now, that's never going to change. I guarantee you, through the entire life cycle of this Battlefront at least, the flying mechanics are never going to change. They're going to be simple, stupid, dumbed down, just the way that they are now. Extremely casual. But the changes that I would like to see is the projectiles, the missiles that the TIE fighters, the X-Wings, that these starfighters shoot. I would like them to be more predictable. I mean, there are so many times whenever I was playing, I fired a missile at an enemy aircraft, and just there, I was locked onto it, and the missile just didn't even go anywhere near it, didn't lock onto it, just went right past it. Now, you might be saying, oh, well, it had the X-Wing had the armor on. That makes no difference. The missile will still follow the target, it will still hit it, but if it has the armor up, it just won't do any damage. And there again, I was locked on, I shot the missile, and it didn't track the target at all. I mean, maybe the way that they're doing it is you have to be within a certain degree angle of whenever you fire it for it to lock on to the enemy, and just because you're locked on doesn't mean the missile's going to follow it, which is fine. You know, you shouldn't be able to be locked on and someone's getting ready to go under you, you shoot, and the missile tracks them. But the way that it tracks, it seems like it's completely random. And what I was talking about by the degree angle is if you ever played Battlefield 4, whenever that first came out, the AA tank, you could basically shoot a missile up in the air and it would seek out air targets completely on its own, and you didn't really have to worry about aiming that much. Now, no, I do not think that the missile should be like that, but if you fire the missile while you're aiming almost right on top of that vehicle, the missile should follow through and go hit that vehicle. And one addition that I would really like that is not hard to do at all is I just want the ability to be able to look around my aircraft without having to face in that direction. I mean, that alone will make the flying so much better just by doing that. And then another thing I am curious about is exactly how are they going to do the starfighters. Like with the TIE fighter here, I have the speed boost and the ion torpedo. Are you going to have to get kills in the air vehicles and unlock these? And how many different abilities are you going to have access to? Or is this it? Because if this is it, then the air fighting is gonna get really stale really fast. And it's already pretty lackluster. But what it comes down to right now, guys, is what was in the beta is exactly what's going to be in the full release. They're not going to add anything and they're not going to change anything. But tell me what you guys want down in the comments. Tell me what you'd like to see added and tell me what you think needs to be done away with or what you'd like to be tweaked. Till next time, guys, shoot straight, check your six, and stay lethal.